Have you ever noticed your knees or fingers feeling stiff in the morning, almost like they're rusted shut? Maybe you've told yourself, it's just aging. But what if I told you that this stiffness could be your body's way of sending out a warning flare, that your joints might be starting to collapse? Now, that may sound scary, but don't worry. You're not helpless. Understanding the signs early is the key to slowing things down and protecting your mobility for years to come. Let's take a gentle, clear look at what's really going. When we talk about joints collapsing, we're not saying they'll suddenly fall apart. What we mean is that the cartilage, that smooth, rubbery tissue that cushions your bones, may be breaking down. This leads to bones rubbing against each other, causing pain, swelling, and yes, that morning stiffness. This slow process is often called osteoarthritis, and it's very common as we age. But it doesn't just happen. It builds up over time, often without major warning, until one day you feel that ache getting harder to ignore. One of the first signs is joint stiffness that lasts more than 30 minutes after resting, especially in the morning or after sitting for a long time. Your body is telling you that the smooth movement of your joints is no longer working like it should. Why does this happen? Well, cartilage doesn't have its own blood supply. It relies on movement and nutrients from surrounding joint fluid to stay healthy. When we move less, or if we have poor circulation or joint inflammation, that cartilage starts to thin out. Over time, this makes the joint space narrower. Bones come closer together and the pressure increases. Now here's a fact you might not know. Studies show that about 1 in 3 people over 60 have some degree of joint cartilage loss, even if they're not yet feeling major pain. That's why early stiffness is something we should never ignore. So what can you do about it? Start with gentle daily movement. Think of walking, stretching, or swimming. Anything that keeps your joints moving smoothly. It's like oiling a Dr. Hinge. The more you keep it moving, the less rusty it becomes. Hydration is important too. Cartilage is about 80% water. If you're dehydrated, your joints can feel dry and irritated. So make sure to sip water throughout the day, not just when you're thirsty. Also, consider foods that fight inflammation. Omega-3 rich foods like flax seeds or walnuts can support joint health. Leafy greens like spinach and kale help fight the low-level inflammation that often leads to joint damage. If you're already feeling stiffness, try applying a warm compress in the morning. It helps loosen the joint and ease movement. But remember, if there's any swelling, switch to a cold compress to reduce that inflammation. Lastly, protect your joints from further stress. That means using proper support when walking, avoiding sudden twisting movements, and keeping a healthy weight. Every extra pound adds pressure to your knees, hips, and ankles. Your body is always talking to you. That stiffness might not be random. It could be your joints asking for help. The good news? With the right care and daily habits, you can slow joint damage and feel better for years to come. Your body knows how to heal. Sometimes it just needs the right support. Up next, we'll look at how joint pain and weakness may not be just from aging, but a deeper sign of joint collapse in progress. Have you ever felt a sharp twinge in your knee just from standing up? Or maybe your shoulder aches after doing something as simple as brushing your hair. While it's easy to blame aging, these could actually be signs that something deeper is happening, that your joints are losing their structure and strength. Let's take a closer look at why joint pain is sometimes more than just getting older. Pain is your body's alarm system. It's not just a nuisance, it's a message. And when the pain shows up in the same joint again and again, especially with swelling or weakness, your body may be telling you that the protective padding in that joint, the cartilage, is breaking down. This isn't just about wear and tear. In many cases, the immune system plays a role too. As we age, our body can sometimes turn on itself, releasing chemicals that cause low-grade inflammation in the joints. This is called inflammatory arthritis, and it can sneak up slowly, often disguised as simple soreness or fatigue. Research shows that chronic inflammation is a silent factor behind many joint problems. A 2021 study found that seniors with higher levels of inflammatory markers in their blood were more likely to develop severe joint damage, even if they didn't have a major injury or trauma. One clear sign is if your joint pain is worse in the morning and takes longer than 30 minutes to ease. That lingering pain can mean inflammation is present, and the cartilage may be under stress. Another warning sign is weakness. If it's harder to grip objects, go upstairs, or even rise from a chair without support, that's your muscles and joints struggling to work together. As cartilage thins, the bones don't glide smoothly anymore, so your body tries to protect the area by using nearby muscles more. Over time, those muscles can get tired and weak. There's also the issue of posture. When one joint isn't working right, the rest of the body starts to adjust. A sore knee can make you walk differently, which might then lead to hip or back pain. Everything is connected, and joint pain in one area can start a chain reaction if left unaddressed. So what can you do? Start with gentle strength exercises. Even a few minutes a day of controlled movements, like sitting and standing from a siwa chair without using your hands, can wake up those supportive muscles. Resistance bands are excellent too. Soft on the joints, but great for building strength. Stretching is equally important. Focus on slow, smooth stretches that open up the hips, shoulders, and back. This keeps the joints mobile and helps prevent stiffness from turning into permanent tightness. Nutrition plays a role again here. Antioxidants like vitamin C, found in bell peppers, oranges, and strawberries, help protect joint tissue from damage. Magnesium and potassium, found in bananas and leafy greens, support muscle function and reduce cramps. And let's not forget rest. Healing happens when you sleep. If you're waking up tired or stiff, consider getting a pillow that supports your joints properly, especially between the knees or under the neck. Even small adjustments can make a big difference. Finally, know when to speak to a doctor. If your joints are red, warm, swollen, or painful to the touch, it's time to get checked. These could be signs of an inflammatory issue that needs more support. Your joints are amazing and they carry you through life. With just a little care, movement, and nourishment, they can stay strong for many more years. Have you ever wondered what's really going on inside your joints when they start to ache or feel stiff? It's easy to think of joints like hinges, simple parts that just wear out over time. But your joints are far more complex and more alive than many people realize. Inside each joint, you have a protective layer of cartilage, which is smooth and slippery. This cartilage allows the bones to glide over each other without friction. Surrounding the joint is a thin lining called the synovial membrane, which produces a thick, egg-white-like fluid to lubricate the joint and nourish the cartilage. Around that, you have ligaments, tendons, and muscles, all designed to keep the joint stable and moving. Now here's the truth. As we age, each of these parts can start to change. The cartilage can become thinner and more brittle. The synovial fluid may decrease or become less effective. Ligaments may lose some of their elasticity. And the muscles that support the joint might weaken. One of the earliest signs of this process is a feeling of stiffness, especially after sitting for a while or waking up in the morning. That stiffness means the joint isn't moving as smoothly as it used to. But there's good news. The more you move the joint gently, the better it functions. You see, joint cartilage doesn't have its own blood supply. Instead, it gets nutrients through the synovial fluid, which is pumped around the joint when you move. Think of it like this. When you move, you're feeding your joints. This is why regular motion is so important. Even simple movements like stretching or walking can help nourish your cartilage. A sedentary lifestyle, on the other hand, can speed up joint aging. When you don't move, the cartilage begins to weaken and dry out. The fluid around the joint thickens, and instead of gliding, your bones may begin to grind. Over time, this can lead to osteoarthritis, a condition where the cartilage breaks down, bones rub together, and inflammation develops inside the joint. It's not always sudden. Often it begins slowly, with a little discomfort here and there, until one day pain and swelling become more constant. But there's more. Aging joints often suffer from something called oxidative stress, tiny chemical imbalances that damage cells in your joints, especially the cartilage and synovial membrane. This stress builds up over time due to poor diet, pollution, lack of movement, and natural aging. Thankfully, your body also has a way to fight back, through antioxidants. These are natural compounds found in food that help protect cells from damage. Vitamins C and E, for example, help defend joint tissues from wear. Omega-3 fatty acids help reduce joint inflammation. Magnesium and potassium help maintain smooth muscle and nerve function around the joints. In fact, a 2022 review from the Journal of Aging Research found that seniors who consumed more antioxidants and anti-inflammatory nutrients had significantly better joint flexibility and lower pain scores over time. So what does this mean for you? First, focus on movement. Daily low-impact exercise, like walking, swimming, tai chi, or even gentle yoga, keeps the synovial fluid circulating, the cartilage nourished, and the supporting muscles strong. Even a 10-minute walk twice a day can make a major difference in how your joints feel. Second, hydrate. Cartilage is mostly water, up to 80%. If you're dehydrated, it becomes drier and less flexible. Drink water regularly throughout the day, even if you're not thirsty. Third, support your joints through nutrition. Include colorful fruits and vegetables, which are rich in antioxidants. Add healthy fats like flaxseed, walnuts, or avocados. These help reduce inflammation and support joint repair. Fourth, support your structure. Make sure your shoes are comfortable and offer proper arch support. Sit in chairs that encourage upright posture. And if you're doing anything repetitive, like gardening or reaching overhead, take regular breaks and change positions. Lastly, listen to your joints. Occasional discomfort is normal with age, but sharp or constant pain, swelling, or warmth in a joint is your body asking for attention. Don't ignore it. Your joints are not just mechanical parts, they're living tissues that need care and attention. With movement, hydration, nutrition, and a little self-kindness, you can keep them flexible and strong. No matter your age, your body is wise. It knows how to heal. And sometimes, all it needs is a little help from you. What if I told you that every step you take, every chair you sit in, and even how you sleep at night can either help your joints or slowly wear them out? The truth is, joint health after 60 is not just about avoiding injury or taking medicine. It's about the choices you make each day. Small daily habits, done consistently, can add up to strong, flexible joints and a more comfortable life. Let's take a closer look at what those habits are and how you can begin using them right now. Start your day with movement, not stiffness. Morning stiffness is a common issue for many seniors. That tight, achy feeling when you first get out of bed is your body telling you that your joints need help waking up. The best thing you can do? Start the day with gentle movement. Try a few slow stretches in bed, rolling your ankles, opening and closing your hands, gently turning your head side to side. Then, once you're standing, walk slowly around the room. This gets your joint fluid moving, warms up your muscles, and reduces stiffness for the rest of the day. Watch how you sit and how long. Long periods of sitting, especially in soft or low chairs, can put pressure on your hips, knees, and lower back. It can also tighten your joints and weaken the muscles that support them. Make it a habit to get up at least once every 30 minutes. Set a timer if you need to. Stand, stretch, take a few steps. Even a short break helps improve circulation and joint flexibility. When you do sit, use a firm chair with good back support and keep your feet flat on the floor. Avoid crossing your legs, which can strain your hips and knees over time. Choose your footwear wisely. Your shoes are like the foundation of a house. If they're not stable, everything above them can shift or ache. Poor arch support can lead to ankle pain, knee strain, and even hip or back discomfort. Look for shoes with cushioned soles, arch support, and a wide, stable base. Avoid heels or narrow-toed shoes. And if you walk often, make sure your shoes aren't worn out. They should support your movement, not fight it. Hydrate and feed your joints. Cartilage, the smooth tissue that cushions your joints, is about 80% water. When you're dehydrated, that cartilage can dry out, becoming brittle and more prone to damage. Drink water steadily throughout the day. Don't wait until you're thirsty. By that point, your body is already running low. Your Joints also thrive on the right nutrients. Omega-3 fatty acids found in flaxseed, chia seeds, and walnuts help reduce inflammation. Colorful fruits and vegetables provide antioxidants that protect joint tissue from damage. Magnesium, potassium, and calcium are also key for bone and muscle support. Protect your joints with posture. Posture isn't just about standing tall. It's how your body carries itself in every position. Poor posture puts uneven stress on your joints, especially your spine, hips, and knees. Practice standing and sitting with your ears, shoulders, and hips aligned. When lifting something, bend your knees, not your back, and avoid twisting while holding weight. That's a common cause of injury, especially to the knees and lower back. Listen to your joints and respond with care. A little discomfort now and then is normal, but sharp pain, swelling, redness, or a hot joint is your body calling for attention. Don't ignore it. These signs could mean inflammation or joint damage that needs care. On days when your joints feel more sensitive, take things slower. Use hot or cold packs, depending on whether you feel stiffness. Use warmth or swelling. Use cold. Give yourself permission to rest when your body asks for it. End your day the right way. Just like mornings, evenings are a key time for joint care. Gentle stretching before bed helps keep your joints loose and may reduce nighttime stiffness. Warm bath or a heating pad can soothe tired joints and muscles. And make sure your mattress and pillows support proper alignment. Your body heals during rest. Give it the tools to do so comfortably. Make these habits part of your daily life. Joint care doesn't need to be complicated. It doesn't require fancy equipment or expensive routines. It's about tuning into your body and giving it what it needs: gentle movement, smart posture, proper support, good food, and hydration. With consistency, these small steps become a powerful form of protection, one that keeps you mobile, independent, and feeling good for years to come. Your joints carry you through life. Treat them with kindness, and they'll return the favor. Most people expect some joint discomfort as they get older. But how can you tell when a little stiffness has turned into a sign that your joints are actually in trouble? That's the question we'll answer today, so you can catch the signs early and take action to protect your mobility and comfort. Your joints talk to you. You just have to know how to listen. The first warning sign is persistent pain, especially if it doesn't go away after rest. A little soreness after exercise is normal, but if pain becomes a regular visitor, especially in the same joint, it could mean cartilage is wearing thin or inflammation is building up inside. The second sign is swelling or warmth in a joint. This is your immune system responding to something wrong, like irritation or injury. It's a red flag that your joint is inflamed and it needs care, not more stress. Another red flag is loss of movement. If a joint feels tighter than usual, or if you can't move it like you used to, this could be a sign that the tissues inside, like cartilage or ligaments, are stiffening or breaking down. Many people ignore this, thinking it's just normal aging, but it doesn't have to be. Then there's joint weakness, like when it's harder to grip a cup, stand up from a chair, or lift your arms. This often happens when surrounding muscles start to weaken from lack of use or chronic inflammation. The joint becomes unstable, and the rest of the body has to work harder to compensate. Cracking or grinding sounds, also known as crepitus, can be normal if they're painless. But if the sounds come with discomfort, that may mean your cartilage is no longer smooth, and the bones are rubbing more directly. These signs are especially important to watch for in weight-bearing joints like the knees, hips, and spine. They carry your body every day, and even small changes in function can grow into bigger issues if ignored. So what should you do if you notice these signs? First, don't panic. Many joint problems can be managed, or even reversed, with simple changes to how you move, eat, and rest. Begin by reducing inflammation through your diet. Focus on foods that fight inflammation, like berries, spinach, broccoli, olive oil, turmeric, flaxseed, and fish. Avoid foods that can make things worse, like processed sugar, fried foods, or anything overly salty. Next, Protect the joint. Use soft support when needed, like a knee wrap or gentle brace, but don't rely on it too heavily. The goal is to let your joint rest while still keeping it gently active. Movement is what keeps joints alive. Without it, they stiffen and weaken even faster. Strengthen the muscles around the joint. Try exercises that are gentle but consistent. Things like wall sits, seated leg lifts, or resistance bands. Even squeezing a soft ball in your hand helps build grip and finger joint strength. Hydration is key. Cartilage is up to 80% water, and dehydrated cartilage cracks and wears faster. Aim to drink small sips throughout the day, not just at meals. Also, check your posture and body alignment. Often joint pain is made worse by how we sit, walk, or even sleep. Try to keep your spine, hips, and knees in line. Support your feet with proper shoes, and avoid standing or sitting in one position too. Consider a warm soak or compress. Warmth can reduce stiffness and improve blood flow. Just 15-20 minutes with a warm towel or bath can make a big difference, especially before gentle stretching. Finally, know when to talk to your doctor. If a joint is red, hot, visibly swollen, or if you suddenly can't use it without pain, don't wait. There are many non-drug therapies, physical therapy options, and supportive tools that can help. Early care can prevent years of discomfort later on. Remember, joint pain is not a life sentence. With the right attention and daily habits, your joints can stay functional and comfortable for decades. Your body was built to move. Give your joints the care they need, and they'll help carry you through life with strength and grace.